Hello, everyone. Welcome to the One Conscious Love Network. I'm here with Chio. Chio and I met in a women's group on Facebook, and everyone that I've met in that group has been so extraordinary. So I'm really glad to and excited to get to know you a little bit better, Chio. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what is it that you do? How do you shine your light in the world?
Thank you, Melanie. Well, I'm super happy to be here with you and to share all of this with everybody who's going to be able to see us. So, my name is Chio Murillo. I'm a holistic therapist, and I basically very focus on or specialize in decoding the ancestral tree. Our roots is what's giving us who we are today. So we honor those roots, but we also know what was missing. And when we know what was missing on those roots, we can put the seeds on it. So then we can flower them, we can blossom better. That's the way I help people in this world to become the I would call them the better version of themselves.
Yeah. And it's just like a tree, right? Without roots, we're just feeling so ungrounded, so kind of moving around like a leaf. But once you discover your
Totally.
ancestors, and how do you help people connect with past presence then?
Well, it's very interesting question because it's just a process where I will dig into the family history. What I do usually in the session is go with your parents and then your grandparents, because sometimes people do not have any information whatsoever for great grandparents.
Mm,
If you have the information from your great grandparents, then it would be perfect, because then you're going to see how the paths are being repetitive and the stories repeats itself in the ancestral tree. And you know what, Melanie, sometimes you just don't know why you are carrying on. You just do it unconsciously, automatically, without really knowing. I have seen so many people that say, you know what, I know consciously I shouldn't be doing this, but
mhm,
then I still doing it again and again and again. And that's very interesting because it's what is connecting us unconsciously with our roots. That's a repetitive path that we have in our, I will say, etherical connections
mhm.
in our ancestral tree. We have to be connected with them because that's our root.
Yeah. And it stops that pattern then of repetition between generation to generation, like past traumas that are passed on. And so, how do you work with people to change those behaviors or automatic responses?
Yeah, one of the most important thing Carl Jung used to say is the first step to heal is to make the unconscious conscious.
Mm,
So when we go to that really dig into the history of whoever was in my ancestral team, then I can understand why I've been repeating so and so bad. Why am I doing it? And what's the reason behind to do it, right? It could be very painful immigrations or deceiving families or loyalties, right? So then maybe today I'm a woman who is facing like, I cannot find love. I cannot find love because I have that, I will call the invisible inheritance, right?
mm,
Like it's invisible. I don't see it, but then I have to be connected. And this is very, very important topic because I always like to explain. I always like to explain, and I would like to explain right now if you allow me. So we are beings that we gathered together. If we go thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, when we were like cavemans or cavewomans, so they live in communal, right? Communal, together in tribes. They go out, hunt, come back, eat, and then they immigrate. They were nomads.
mhm.
So they know they have to stick together. They have to stick together because one man or woman itself could not get the food or it will be killed by the mammoth. And
Right?
we don't want that. So this is the most important part. Today, after thousands of years, we still have that chip in our reptilian brain.
Mm.
And the reptilian brain is a primary brain that tells you to survive. So that's why, as of today, we don't get together and go out and kill the mammoth, right? But we are together with our family through those unconscious roots and repetitive paths. I always explain it's not the same to be born in Mexico. I'm originally from Mexico, that being born in Africa or in Alaska, because we have certain things that make us who we are with our environment. We are biological beings, and the environment is the thing that will be forming us, conscious, but mostly unconscious. Isn't that fascinating?
It is so true. What got you started in that?
Why did I start it?
Or how did you come about? This is going to be my,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
my background, I studied psychology back home, which is Mexico,
Mm,
as I said. And it was like the regular psychologist, right? But then I find out through my personal experience and my personal process, going through so many challenges in my early 20s, then I start, um, the universe start giving me all these tools for myself, to
mm,
get to know myself, to heal myself using them. And then I really became very intrigued and very passionate about getting to know more about it. And this is very, very interesting because one day one of my teachers, she taught me Akashic Records. Uh,
mm,
she said to me, Chio, you are ready to share all this? And I was very hesitant. I'm like, really, me? I'm still in this path of, going through my own healing. I said, because of that, you can share that, and you're going to be so empathetic, and you're going to be understanding those persons
yeah.
that come to you. And that's how I started. At first, I was like kind of don't believing, but
Mhm,
now I love go hand to hand with the persons that comes to me, because I know it's going to be a profound change in their lives. But you know what? What is the most interesting and most rewarding thing that is also in my life, because
mm.
those persons comes to me and then I learn something and then I gain something as well. It's not just them,
It's
it's
so
both ways.
beautiful. I love it. I love your journey and I love how you come. Yes, definitely fascinating topic. And I'm sure people are blown away by what they discover. Can you share with us maybe a story of a client that went through a journey and really changed their experience?
Yeah, totally. I have one of the persons who used to, be in sessions now. She already finished all her process, and she was facing a very abusive relationship, mental and emotional relationship. And she didn't understand why. She knew she was a strong woman, very professional, self-portraying herself, but she didn't understand, why am I still there? Why, or why I went through that? Because I was a very loved child. And in my family, meaning my mom, my dad, I never encountered this kind of situation among them, right? So as we went and dig into the history of her journey and through her ancestral tree, through different sessions and regressions and getting to really know her history, we find out something very interesting. While her mother was pregnant with her, the mother's sisters, the mother's sister, was abused, was abused. So therefore, her mother took that experience of her sister as if it was hers and affected her so much for the rest of her pregnancy.
Mm.
See, this is very interesting. So whatever happened to mama when we are in the womb, it will affect us. So, and this is very strong story because once we find out that, then she became aware of how she was resisting to have meaningful relationships because that's what she learned in the womb.
Mm,
And with this, I'm not saying mama is the guilty. No, 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 because this is all
right.
unconscious,
Of
right?
course.
This is all unconscious. You just don't know.
Mhm.
Once we went through that, we could do different NLP exercises and unconscious exercises, regressions to heal that past. Because one very interesting thing about the unconscious mind is that it does not can recognize real or symbolic. So you can work
Yes.
with your mind. You can really heal.
Yes.
Now she's living a very beautiful life um, with a partner who actually love her, but she has to learn to love to heal that part of her who was chasing it. We call it the shadow, right?
Mhm.
Which is like we don't want to see the shadow because it's
Yeah.
painful and it's unconscious. And now she's embracing that, but also embracing herself as a being
Mhm.
of she will be able to receive love by
Yeah.
loving herself and by accepting that was a history from her mom, not from
Mm.
her.
So beautiful. I love it. It has a
Yes.
really happy ending.
It's a very happy ending. It's a very happy ending. You know what? I have to say, like, I always have like happy endings if the person follows the process
Yes.
because it is a process. I will be
Yes.
lying to everybody if I say, oh, one session is enough because it's not.
Of course. Yeah.
It is not.
Oh, that's beautiful. I always ask everyone, what is one conscious love to you? So what comes to mind?
One conscious love is when you really accept yourself. Once you accept yourself with all your shadows, all your opportunities, all the skills that you have, then you can have conscious love. Something that we've been taught is, oh, you have to love with no limits. And that is not a conscious love. For conscious love, you have to have limits by loving yourself. And by loving yourself, you're going to be true to yourself. Therefore, you can be love the other one because you are conscious.
That's beautiful. And we'll definitely put all your links in the comments so it's easy for people to find you and, add you as a friend. Anything else you want to share with anyone watching?
Thank you. Yeah, just to really embrace who you are,
Mm,
know your roots because that's where we are coming from. Even if you don't know your ancestors, or you did not have the chance to know them, even if you've been raised in an adopted family, because then that's the family that you choose to.
mhm.
So those roots are gonna bring so much knowledge of yourself, and therefore for you to blossom, to grow in a healthy, beautiful seeds and a plant that is going to be profoundly gorgeous inside yourself.
So beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, Chio. I hope we'll see you soon in all of our upcoming events. So you'll be back to share more and to show samples of your work. I would love that. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Melanie. It was so good to be here. Thank you for whoever will be listening to me or see me. And I'm so looking forward to participate more. And please invite me to all the events that I will try to be there.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you soon.